Hey, what's up everyone? John here from testprepinsight.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the LSAT Prep course from Kaplan. I reviewed this LSAT Prep package a couple years back, but since then Kaplan has made some changes to their LSAT program and added some new features. So today we're going to be taking a totally fresh look at this course to see whether it might work for you. And just as a quick note, since I'll just be sort of limited to talking about the major highlights and lowlights in this video, if you find you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full detailed written review of this course over on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight Kaplan LSAT Review. It's a quick way to find it. Alright, so let's kick this review off by quickly covering pricing and the different Kaplan course options as they've actually changed since my last review. So Kaplan now actually offers 5 different course options: on demand, live online, in person, premium tutoring, and bootcamp. The on-demand course is Kaplan's self-paced DIY offering. It costs a shade under $800. Next are the live online and in-person courses, which include live class instruction. These options cost around $1,200 to $1,500. The tutoring packages are pretty self-explanatory. Those start at around $2,000. And finally, there's Kaplan's Bootcamp, which is an intensive course that combines live classes and tutoring. It costs around $4,000. So those are the different course formats that Kaplan now offers. In terms of pricing, I'd say Kaplan is right in line with most of their competitors in the LSAT prep space like Princeton Review and Blueprint. But with that said, Kaplan does regularly offer sales and special promos, so make sure to look for coupon codes before buying. In fact, I'll actually do my best to keep the description down below the video screen updated with the most current discount codes that I can find, so make sure to check that out and save yourself some coin if you decide to go with Kaplan. I usually see their packages discounted by 10 to 15%. Okay, so now that we've covered cost, let's get into the meat of this. So as you can probably imagine, the Kaplan courses include pretty much all of the typical study materials that you need for LSAT prep. I'm talking study plans, video lessons, practice questions, practice tests, live classes, prep books, etc., etc. So rather than running down a list of the study materials that you likely already know about, I'm instead going to focus on what I see as the biggest strengths and weaknesses of the Kaplan course, because ultimately I think this is going to be more helpful for you to determine whether Kaplan might be the right choice for your learning style. So let's start with those strengths. And number 1 has to be the sheer quantity of prep material that Kaplan offers. In terms of volume, they give you over 180 hours of lessons and instruction alone, not even counting practice material, which by itself is probably more than what you get with budget prep providers like Magoosh. So what this means is if you plan to absolutely immerse yourself in LSAT prep over the next few months in hopes of getting a top tier score, then Kaplan is going to be a great choice. You won't run out of content, and it's definitely one of the most comprehensive packages I've reviewed. Okay, so next up, the second strength of this course is the series of core video lessons, which I really like. They take the form of a digital whiteboard with an instructor in the bottom corner of the screen, and as the instructor walks you through the lesson, the whiteboard behind them fills up with notes, highlights, and graphics that are constantly changing. In my opinion, this really helps with engagement. Plus, I found the content of the lessons to be genuinely insightful, and I took away a lot of actionable strategies. The instructors clearly know their stuff, and they choose great practice problems to demonstrate their points, making it easy to break down and understand underlying concepts. Honestly, I think these are some of the better video lessons in the entire LSAT prep space, perhaps only behind Blueprint in terms of quality. Alright, so strength number 3 here are the live classes from Kaplan. If you can afford to pay up for them, I highly recommend it. They are awesome. Not only are the instructors super knowledgeable, but they also share helpful tips and tricks and insight and advice that you just won't find in the on-demand video lessons. Plus, I think having a live class schedule really helps to hold you accountable. Not to mention, I think the material retention really increases in live class settings. And strength number 4 is actually in the same vein, the Kaplan LSAT channel. This is a bonus resource that the company offers in addition to their core video lessons and live classes. Essentially, Kaplan offers supplemental live lessons that dive deep into specific topics and question types. These bonus classes are held almost every night, and you can sort of jump in and out as you want. And not to mention, if you can't make the live sessions, the recordings are turned into on-demand videos that you can watch later. And one cool thing about those recordings is that you can actually use filters to find videos based on subject, difficulty rating, and even individual instructors. All in all, I was just super impressed with the Kaplan LSAT channel. I think it's a really solid resource, especially if you're struggling in a particular area and really want to hone in on that topic. And by the way, if you want to see examples of some of these LSAT channel sessions, make sure to check out that full detailed written review that I mentioned earlier. I'll have a link down below in the description for you. I have screenshots and examples over there so you can check that out and get a better feel for the program. Lastly, strength number 5 for Kaplan are their prep books, which track with the lessons and provide strategies, practice problems, and drills. These books are super thorough, and in my opinion, they're extremely helpful in working through the core lessons. If you're more of an old school type of learner that likes to carry hard copy prep materials around with you when you're on the go and highlight key points and dog-ear pages to revisit later, then Kaplan is going to be a great choice for you. I definitely prefer their books over competitors like Princeton Review. Alright, so those are the major strengths of the Kaplan LSAT course. So now let's turn the tables and talk about the weaknesses. And first up, unlike a lot of their competitors, I was a little disappointed that Kaplan doesn't offer video solutions for their practice problems and practice tests. They only offer text-based solutions, which, don't get me wrong, they're fine and they're still helpful, but I definitely prefer video breakdowns, especially for visual learners. Okay, for the next weakness, it's important to understand that nearly every LSAT prep company on earth today leverages a subscription to LSAC to get access to official past LSAT problems. In other words, pretty much every company offers the same practice problems and practice tests. The difference though is that some prep companies like Princeton Review, for example, include the LSAC subscription in the cost of their courses, which is a $99 value, while Kaplan makes you purchase this subscription separately. It's a pretty minor thing in the grand scheme of things, but I thought I would at least mention it. And weakness number 3, I wish Kaplan's content access period was a little bit longer. So their default period is 4 months, which should be more than enough time for you to study. But if you plan on taking your time and studying for the LSAT over an extended period, this is something to keep in mind. And similarly, if you think you might take the exam 2 or 3 times because you're worried you might bomb one of the first attempts, or if you're applying to one of those law schools that only takes your highest score, this is something to keep in mind as well. With that said, I should just mention that Kaplan does give you the option to extend past 4 months, but it does cost extra. And that about does it for the detail in this review, so let's get to the final verdict. But before I hit you with that, I should just mention that since you're studying for the LSAT, every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we actually give away a free prep course to one lucky person. Super simple to enter and everyone out there is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description on how to get entered, but just know it takes like 10 seconds and hey, you never know, you could win yourself a totally free LSAT prep course from Kaplan. Okay, final verdict time. Is the Kaplan LSAT course worth it? Well, after using and reviewing this course and all of the different Kaplan LSAT study materials, I think the answer is yes. This is definitely one of the most complete and well-rounded courses in the entire LSAT prep space. Besides a few minor grievances, Kaplan is solid across the board in pretty much every category. Their video lessons are excellent, live classes were genuinely helpful and offer great structure, and the prep books are solid. I didn't really have too many complaints here. That's why I give Kaplan a solid grade and have no problem recommending them. This is a very good course. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful and you learned a little something about Kaplan's LSAT course. If so, make sure to return the favor by subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and dropping me a quick comment below. That would be really appreciated. And again, if you want to see that full, detailed written review of this course that I mentioned earlier in this video, just hop on over to our website, testprepinsight.com, or check out the other videos we got on our YouTube channel. We got a bunch of great content out there. But as always, thanks for watching, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one.